If you wear a wig, you probably know what I mean. You know, sometimes if you laugh too hard, you feel your wig slip. Just sometimes, right? And you just have to straighten it out. You caught me. How you doing? Oh, God. Oh, wait, hold on. The last thing she told me, she goes, don't touch your hair. Just don't. You can touch it at the bottom, just not at the top. Ooh. Oh. Do you have a little steak sauce? Oh, my wig. My wig. I've known Master P for years, since the radio days. As a matter of fact, that little Romeo was only about this big the first time I met him, and the first thing he said is, "Are you wearing a wig?" It was back in my early wearing wig stages, and it did look a little wigalicious. If you wear a wig long enough, you can actually affect it, so now it looks like it's growing out of my scalp, but back then, and you know kids just say any damn thing, and so he called me out. Antoine, no, my wigologist Antoine worked on this one over the weekend. It's my first time wearing it. I love this. This happens to be from my own hairline. You know, I have Wendy Williams Hair World, and so, but no wig is always great when you take it out of the box. If you're a real wiggy, you're always doing something to it. Coloring the front, deepening the roots. I mean, I know that the food is there, but I'm distracted at my root realness on that wig. It looks like it's the same wig I have on now. Look, Antoine, you did this. It looks like it's growing right from my head, right, everybody? Baby hair and everything. I mean, you know, I must admit, I didn't have any of my dating years wearing a wig. My husband met me with my natural hair, and so that's how he met me. And now, you know, we're, you know, more mature people, so wigs aren't a big deal. I can only imagine how horrible it must be, though, to be dating at 20 and have to remove your hair. I talked to my award-winning wigologist, Antoine, this morning about, well, what do parents do with 2-year-old hair? You know, girls' hair. You know, if you're of a particular persuasion or you have a particular texture hair. I'm not talking about, like, you, Suzanne, with the slinky blonde. Yeah, it's silky. Mm-hmm. So is my wig.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Antoine said, I wish the people would just leave Beyonce and Jay-Z alone and leave that baby alone. It's a baby. Leave her alone. I had 100% real hair when I was in my dating life, and then, you know, Kevin met me wearing my real hair, and I've just, you know, slowly but surely to now where I'm wearing wigs, all the time for the past 13 years. Every day I wear a wig, but I do have hair under this, and I do have, this is a lace front wig, but it's not laced or fronted. I mean, don't come over here, waiter, I'll get you, but look. Shame in my game about wigs. You know, I have my wig line and everything like that, but what I would suggest to you girls who shave your hairlines or suffer for lace front wigs, the first thing you do when you get a lace front wig is you cut the lace off and you figure out a way to fashion it. The first thing I do when I get home is I take off my wig and I put it in the drawer. Girl, I like your wig, but you forgot the root realness. Now, Oprah teases. She tells us that she puts in the magic. I know Oprah has her own hair, but she puts in the magic hair, and she wears wigs before. But you know, you gotta darken the part a little bit and then lighten it up, Oprah. Just give it a little realness right here, because that just looks like right out of the box and plonk. Come on! I'm just saying. If she had just a 1-inch part going back, just a 1-inch part, and then what you do, is you wet a little pressed powder, skin tone pressed powder. I'm telling you how you do it. And you put it right here in the part. And then you might want to take a little bit of darkening powder on the outside to make it look like your roots are a little bit darker. That's all. Anyway, hey girl, am I the only one in the room or in the audience that always has a piece of tape over the camera phone picture hole? Yes. I'm the only one? All right, clap if that's you too. Okay. Well, the rest of you all sit in bed with no bra on and no wig. As you're scrolling through your phone or you're on your laptop, while the man is watching you, while you think that all you're doing is, you know, you're on Radar Online or something like that. See, I'm a conspiracy theorist person. You know, even our desktop in our kitchen, I keep a piece of tape over that hole until my son, he FaceTimes with his friends. And then you just lift the tape up and then you FaceTime. But put it back down because mommy's in here with no wig and a short robe. This weekend, I almost left the house without my wig. No, this is so random but so stupid. I was just taking my kid around the corner. He was going to get a pickup game over at the Y. And I had my coat on, and I got my bag in my hand, and I don't know why I didn't feel any coolness on my head. And I literally walked outside, got in the car, backed the car out of the garage, left the boy in the house to turn on the alarm, and then closed the garage door. When he got in the car, he said, "Mommy, where's your hair?" If you ever saw me in the supermarket without my wig, you would totally recognize me. You know, with my natural hair snap, no, you won't, because I don't go out like that. But I'm just saying, I wore a turban to the mall and broke the internet. Now look, there's Wendy here on the show, and then there's Wendy in real life in Jersey, who is on her way to the department store, and then I was going to have lunch upstairs at the department store with a friend. It's just a turban. I put it on Instagram, and by the way, nobody at the mall looked at me crazy. Maybe that's because it was like 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon when only baddie broads like me are in the mall anyway. You know what I mean? But I put it on my Instagram, and there were a few people who loved it, but the people who didn't like it, they were like, "Why are you driving with a chandelier on? What are you doing?" I call it bag lady chic. That's it. This is why I hate me in black hair. Oh my God. It's so black. You know what I mean? You can't talk. At least I have hair. Charlie Brown, you've got a squiggle.
That's it.
And Linus, if you don't take that finger out of your mouth, I'm calling your mother. Stupid show. The thing, I mean, you don't have to say you love it. It's just hair, like my wigologist Antoine says. And what I always remind people is when you have qualified people that, you know, work with you and work for you, you let qualified people do their jobs. And sometimes you don't try to be a control freak. No, I don't like it. But guess what? He made it. He wanted me to wear it. And I said, okay, I will. It has a little purple in it, a little black. It's too dark. It makes me like the mean lady, you know what I mean? So yesterday, I wore the black and purple wig, custom made for me by my wigologist, Antoine Jackson. And I have to say, I have not gotten so many positive responses from a lot of people who are usually negative at wendyshow.com and on my Facebook and YouTube channel in years. So everybody loved it, but me and my mom. Well, please, we have our reasons. However, the more I watch the show, you know, because I watch it back at 4 o'clock in New York, we repeat at 4 o'clock on Channel 9. As I was watching the show back, I said, the more the show went on, the more I said, it's nice to try new things, but go back to the old things. I like it too. He did this for me once before, but he did it in pitch black, so it was too much for me to process, like the, you know, the bohemian hair, and it was pitch black. But I think in my color marcations, I could go with this wig again. Right? Besides, the bigger the hair, the smaller the hips. It's an optical illusion. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I don't do short hair above my ears in real life. Ugh. No lie, I'm looking on our Facebook and some people were like, oh, Kris Jenner. I was like, really? I mean, this is middle-aged 50 at its best right here. and while I don't mind saying that I'm 50, you know, I celebrate it and stuff, this is not my 50. That's what you call acting. I was so distraught with how I looked with that short hair that I actually watched the movie. I watched the movie with one of my regular wigs on and tasteful makeup, just so that when I get up to go to the bathroom, I can reassure myself that I'm just acting. It's not really me. It's just acting. I'm gonna get so much feedback on my side butt. You know how sometimes this happens, girls? And look, and Antoine had a shorter wig twirled up for me today, and I was like, no, because I have side butt, and I don't want to wear cardigan. You know, this fat right here. You know, live long enough, you'll get it too. So, look, wigs hide a multitude of sins, including side butt. Is this a wig?
This is a weave. I tried wigs.
You don't like wigs?
I like wigs, and I've worn wigs before.
What happened?
But when you don't have any hair...
Then you use toupee tape.
No. I wasn't taping anything to my head.
Why?
I wasn't gluing anything to my head. And I was like, how do people... I watched the YouTube videos to see how to do it and all that stuff. And I was just like, I can't do that. So I went bald from the chemotherapy.
Yes.
And I was wearing wigs, and they were sliding all around. One night, I was at dinner at a friend's house, and the thing was coming off my head. I ran to the bathroom, you know, and I pulled it back on. And I said, if I'm going to constantly be tugging at hair, I'd rather it be a hat. So I wore hats for the rest of them. But what you find out, first of all, when you know you're going to lose your hair, you say to yourself, well, I hope I look good bald.
How'd you look? Do you have a nice
Terrible.
shape?
No, my head had a horrible shape. It had wrinkles in it.
This is a wig? Is that?
Oh, it's a total wig.
Okay.
Is it on correctly?
Yes, no, it looks good.
I just,
But,
you know.
No, it looks great.
Thank you.
Nobody would know, but wigs always know wig.
Well, I mean, I think, like, it's still Asian hair.
Yeah. Mine too.
You know? It's hard to get used to, like, wig life. And so, you know, I'm just trying it out for now.
Yes. Now,
And
how does your
shaved
head look like? Because, is it flat in the back? Do you have a nice shape? Yeah, perfect. Come on, Jen. It looks great. The placement of my wig is, it doesn't feel comfortable on this side. Ow. Do you like this one? Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to give you Black Bridget Bardot today. Do you like what Antoine's done with this wig? I'm obsessed with the side bang. I love it. Like, I have wanted a side bang for so long. This is the same wig that I've been wearing recently with the center part and, you know, in this look, and a lot of you all say that you love it. Today, he put it in the side part. I just feel, like, sexy with this wig. Look, how about this one? How about this one? Look, exactly, look. Here's your paperwork, Mr. Sweetleton. Love it. I know that Beyonce wears a wig like this in Drunken Love, but you have to understand, this wig is at least 5 years old. This is one of my many gym wigs. Because when you go to the gym and you sweat, you know what I mean? This is my first time wearing it on the show. This is also the wig that I had with the bikini when we were away in Virgin Gorda 2 weeks ago. I work out in a wig. If you've ever wondered, I've told you that. There's a wig for every occasion. So my workout wigs are probably about this short, you know, and they're basically just chopped off. Just something to put on my hair to get to the workout studio and then get back home. I mean, it's so ratchet. I don't even go in the grocery store after the workout. Like, just go and come back home. But I have to have something on my head on account of, you know, I don't go out with no wig. And, you know, I do a little exercise. It's a little wet under there afterwards. I go home, take it off, put it inside out, dry it on the top rack in the oven on low heat. And... Sure. You lay your wig out on a cookie pan, and you put the oven only on like 200, just a low heat. And when the bell rings and it says 200, then you pop your wig in, and it'll be dry by the time you get out of the shower. And then you just hang it on the hook and you wait for the next time you go to the gym. Antoine, I'm gonna need some hairspray and another pin during the commercial. How does Donald Trump keep his hair over like this? How do you keep your hair over like this? Swoop-de-doop. But I have a bone to pick with you. All of yous. The swoop-de-doop hairstyle that I was wearing the other day, that you all wanted me to fire my Emmy Award-winning stylist for. Well, now look. We have 5 days a week to try different things with these damn wigs. A lot of you all were disrespecting the wig and wanted me to burn the wig. You don't understand. This is the swoop-de-doop. All he did was take the swoop out and do it differently. Oh, you don't think that every single day I'm wearing a different wig because it looks straight one day and curly the next and whatnot? No. I mean, I have a few different wigs, but, you know, with the help of ironings and blow dryers and stuff, you could... It's hair, like the hair on your head. Anyway, there will be no more swoop-de-doop. Thank you. I wear wigs that you all hate, and sometimes I wear wigs that you like, and it's, you know, it's only hair.